You're scared coward for.
Kick it, my
Praise be to Allah.
Mike Tyson has always been a menace in boxing.
He leads to the right hand. Down he goes.
Mike Tyson is one of the greatest fighters of all time.
Even when he was just a young teenager, he managed to outclass a senior professional boxer in his gym. But that only hurt the ego of the boxer who continued to bully him every day in sparring, only for Tyson to repay in the ring. There have been many fighters who have been cocky or showed an attitude towards Mike Tyson, and somehow Karma, or even Mike Tyson, took karma in his own hands and made those boxers eat their own words. Many boasted about how they would win, but this guy actually boasted about how he beat up Mike Tyson when he was just 16 years old. But eventually, we can pretty much guess what happened.
I went into the ring and I busted him up.
On July 21st, 1989, in lively Atlantic City, 16-year-old Mike Tyson stepped into the boxing ring with a mission. His opponent, Carl "The Truth" Williams, who had once claimed to have outmatched a 16-year-old Tyson in a sparring session, a story he often boasted about. Before diving into their memorable showdown, let's go back a few months.
He knows he's in with a ball. Tyson gets nailed with a left hook. Tyson looks wobbly as he attacks Bruno.
Tyson, previously seen as unbeatable, had shown signs of weakness in a less than decisive win against British boxer Frank Bruno. Many speculated that Tyson's vulnerability stemmed from parting ways with his longtime trainer, Kevin Rooney. Meanwhile, Williams was gaining recognition. He first caught attention in July 1985 when he faced off against the legendary Larry Holmes in a tight 15-round bout, despite ultimately losing. Experts had already noted Williams' susceptibility to left hooks, a weakness that was exploited in his defeat to Mike Weaver in February 1986. Our main characters first met by chance under the guidance of Tyson's renowned coach, Cus D'Amato. Known for his knack for setting up sparring sessions, D'Amato arranged a match between a young, energetic 16-year-old Tyson and the seasoned pro, Carl "The Truth" Williams, who was 6 years older. During these sessions, Williams, with his experience, gave Tyson a run for his money. Tyson later reminisced about these encounters with a smirk, recalling how Williams, then 23 and already a pro with 11 fights, roughed him up a bit.
At a time when Mike Tyson was a 17-year-old amateur and Carl "The Truth" Williams was a 23-year-old professional with 11 bouts under his belt.
In most of the footage from those sessions, Williams controlled Tyson with his jab and landed some shots. Williams even remembered getting a bloody nose that day, which shook him up because he was a seasoned pro facing off against an amateur. However, Williams' competitive spirit was ignited. He couldn't stand being outdone by an amateur. So, fueled by anger and determination, Williams returned the next day with a different mindset. And as Williams boasted, he busted him up in their next encounter. As the years passed, that young boy transformed into the most feared boxer of his time, a dominant heavyweight champion and a worldwide superstar. When offered the chance to face his former sparring partner, Tyson eagerly agreed. It wasn't just a fight, it was a chance for payback. The match started intensely, with Williams boldly trying to take control from a visibly annoyed Tyson. But it didn't take long for Tyson to show his superiority. In just 93 seconds, Tyson landed a devastating left hook on Williams' vulnerable spot, his jaw, sending him crashing to the canvas. Though Williams quickly got back up, the referee, visibly concerned, stopped the match, declaring Tyson the winner by knockout. The decision sparked protests from the crowd, especially from Williams and his coach, who couldn't believe the referee's call. The referee defended his decision, stating that Williams didn't appear ready to continue after Tyson's powerful blow. And just by seeing the footage, we can clearly see that Williams is gone. Newman, a former heavyweight boxer himself, defended his decision to stop the fight. He explained that if Tyson had been in Williams' position, the fight would have been stopped just the same. When Williams got back up, Newman noticed he was unsteady. He wasn't standing properly, but was leaning on the ropes. Newman asked Williams a simple question to assess his condition, but Williams seemed unable to respond. His eyes were empty, showing no signs of readiness to continue. Newman emphasized that based on his experience as a fighter, when someone is knocked down, the first thing they try to prove to the referee is that they're okay. Williams, however, couldn't demonstrate this. He was leaning and couldn't answer, and his eyes lacked focus. Despite Williams' tactics to evade Tyson's aggressive attacks using his left forearm, Tyson seemed more composed than in his previous fight with Frank Bruno. Tyson landed precise, powerful punches, eventually catching Williams with a strong hook and uppercut to the chin. Although Williams claimed he wasn't knocked out, he was clearly affected by the blows. In the end, the outcome stood: a knockout victory for Tyson. It was a closure to their rivalry, leaving the audience wanting more than just a 93-second title fight. When asked if Williams seemed dazed, Tyson's trainer chimed in, saying they had been practicing slipping and throwing hooks. Tyson confirmed this, saying that as soon as he slipped, he threw the punch instantly and successfully.
Happened from your point of view? Did you see him really dazed?
Well, no, I noticed my trainers would tell me we're slipping and hooking. So when we slip, because usually I come in that slip and I get in there, and that's the hardest part of getting in there, and I never threw the punch. And so we're practicing like a slip. So you're in there, instantaneously, bing, throw the punch. And I did, I was successful.
Tyson wasn't surprised that Williams stayed on top of him, as he was confident he would eventually get a clean shot. Tyson loved the pressure Williams put on him, knowing it was only a matter of time before he could land a clean hit. He was confident in his accuracy and knew he would eventually connect with a powerful punch. Despite Williams' vulnerability to left hooks, Tyson wasn't specifically targeting that opening. He was actually hoping to land a strong right hand, which he believed was his best punch, although he hadn't been successful with it in the past. Tyson acknowledged that his left hook was his best punch, despite others focusing on his left hook. Reflecting on the fight, Tyson wasn't surprised that Williams went down quickly when hit cleanly. He trusted in his power to knock down anyone with a solid punch, regardless of their reputation. While Williams seemed unable to get up after the hit, Tyson respected the referee's decision to stop the fight based on what he saw. Tyson believed he could have taken Williams down again easily if the fight had continued, as he feels most dangerous when he knows his opponent is hurt. Regarding his future fights, Tyson expressed openness to facing anyone, emphasizing that he doesn't discriminate and sees himself as the best fighter in the world. He's focused on taking things one step at a time and is ready for any challenge that comes his way as the reigning champion. But we saw how Mike Tyson's career turned out. One of the greatest and hardest-hitting heavyweights with his own controversial fights and decisions. Still today, he is regarded as one of the legends. Despite everything, he will return to fight this July against the YouTuber-turned-boxer Jake Paul, despite being 30 years older than Paul. There are those who are worried about Tyson because of his age, but then again, there are those who are worried about Paul because knowing Tyson, he is in for a ride. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and make sure you like and subscribe to be updated for more boxing videos.